Texas is 1 week into the early voting period for its primary election. And so far, the turnout statewide is reversing trends we've seen in elections past. Right now, Texas Democrats are voting in larger numbers than Republicans. Let's get reaction to that now from the chair of the Texas Democratic Party, Kendall Scudder. Kendall, welcome back to our show, and thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
As always, we want to note that early voting in the primary runs until this Friday, but already turnout among Democrats now exceeds the entire early voting period during the last midterm primary back in 2022. What do you attribute to that amount of engagement?
Well, I think it's a couple of things. The largest being Democrats are excited because we have really great candidates up and down the ballot. For the first time since 1974, we have a candidate in every state and federal office in Texas, and our really contested primary at the top of the ticket are two phenomenal individuals that will represent our party well in November. And so you mix that all together and you end up having a perfect storm of really great candidates that the people of Texas are excited to vote for.
Yeah, you touched on it there, but there is so much competition, particularly in that U.S. Senate primary among Democrats. It's got lots of eyes, attention, and money, of course. So how much do you attribute that competition to driving up these numbers?
Well, let's make very clear the Republican side also has that competition, and they've spent more than $60 million on their side, which grossly outspends ours. So you can't only attribute it to Democrat spends in our primary. I think that Republicans are just not excited to vote for their terrible candidates they have on the ballot.
Now, I will note that we did reach out to the Republican Party of Texas to get reaction to the early voting turnout and did request an interview with their chairman. And of course, we would like to bring that conversation to all of you in the coming days. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, as these early voting figures are getting reported, are there any areas of the state that are really catching your eye in terms of those numbers?
Yeah, I think the DFW Metroplex right now is outperforming in huge ways. I mean, we are all across Texas, but the DFW Metroplex numbers is shocking, particularly Tarrant County. Also, you can go all the way south to the Rio Grande Valley, where you're seeing Democrats really rebound to what our old numbers used to be with primary turnout down there. It's very lopsided. Maybe that's a sign to the fact that those voters are moving back to our party. We sure hope so, and we're going to fight to earn them. But it's a really great indicator. The last thing that stands out to me is how closely this trend resembles SD9. One data point is another thing. We now have two, which is a trend line that voters in Texas are significantly trending towards the Democratic Party. It's a very exciting time to be a Texas Democrat.
And you mentioned SD9, that's Senate District 9. There was a special election there. A Democrat flipped that seat. That's now Senator Taylor Remick. But before we let you go, Kendall, what do you think would be the impact if there is this amount of turnout among Democrats during the upcoming November general election?
Well, look, if these trends hold through November, what it is going to be is a huge tossing of the apple cart here in Texas. Republicans have run this state into the ground for the last 30 years. Everyone's taxes are higher, their schools are worse, their bridges and roads are worse. I think across the board, people are more unhappy with how Republicans have run this state for the last 30 years. What you'll see is a complete reverse of that trend and be able to restore the Texas tradition of voting Democratic. Democrats built Texas, and Democrats will have the opportunity to fix it.
And we'll again note that we'll hope to have a similar conversation to this with the chair of the Republican Party of Texas. But Kendall Scudder, thank you again for joining us here this afternoon.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
All right.